Welcome to part 2 of our van life adventures in Big Bend National Park. Go check out last week's episode if you haven't already watched part 1. It was a fun first 3 days of exploring this beautiful national park. We got up to some pretty cool hikes, did some sunset photography, but I'm really excited to show you what we get up to in these last few days. So come along and let's go see another slice of God's beautiful creation. Let's get going. All right, well, it's day 4 here at Big Bend National Park. Today's our last morning at the Chisos campground, and I think today's going to be a little bit of day of recovery. We're still recovering from that hike yesterday, still just enjoying the memories of that one, but not much planned today. So I think today we're going to just rest, probably do some editing of some photos and some videos, but then later today we're going to head back into the backcountry where we're going to be sleeping tonight. So I'm excited to explore that part of the park and show you guys what we're seeing. As well as resting and getting some editing done, we also ventured to the Terralinga ghost town, which is just a short ways outside the national park. This gave us a chance to take in more of the Big Bend scenery, as well as to recharge our van's lithium batteries, which we've been running down quite a bit with our AC unit trying to stay cool later in the day. After driving back into the national park, we headed to the Grapevine Hills Road. This road will take us to our camping site for tonight. The park suggests that this road is passable by passenger vehicles to at least the Balanced Rock trailhead, and then after that, 4x4 with high clearance is recommended. Our side is just a little ways past the trailhead. All right, well, we made it down the road okay. There was a couple stretches that were a little bit more challenging than others, but all in all, it actually wasn't too bad. So we've gotten to our campsite here. We're at Grapevine Hills number 4. But the plan is now I'm gonna probably get some sleep for a few hours, and then I'm gonna get up, I don't know, maybe around 2 or 3 in the morning, do a little bit of astrophotography, go back to bed, get a few more hours of sleep, and then we're gonna head down and do the Balanced Rock hike. The trailhead is maybe just about a half a mile or a mile down the road that we just came down. So we'll just drive down there in the morning, do the hike for sunrise, hopefully be out to Balanced Rock for the sunrise. So that's the plan. We'll see how this goes. Well, it's the morning of day 5. We just finished our sunset hike on the Balanced Rock Trail, which is the Grapevine Hills Trail. Before I talk about that though, let me talk a little bit about my astrophotography last night. It was a little bit of a mixed bag. So I actually got up at about 1 a.m. to set up a time lapse that I ran for about 2 hours. So I set it up at 1 a.m., went back to bed, although didn't actually fall back asleep. But basically the time lapse ran until about 3 a.m. Went back outside and noticed that the clouds are starting to come in. And you'll actually see here, I'm going to show you the time lapse, but the clouds were kind of coming and going over the course of those 2 hours. But then right as I started to set up to do some actual astrophotography of the Milky Way, the clouds just really started to come in. So it was a bit of a bust at that point. Dragged Lavinia out of bed to show her the stars, but we both went back to bed. But then we got up at about 5:30 and drove down the road. It's actually not that far. Like I said last night, it was about a half a mile or a mile or so to the trailhead for the Balanced Rock hike. We got to the trailhead about 5:45 and the skies were really clear. So I got the camera back out, tried a few more shots of the Milky Way. I think those came out a little bit better, but I'll show you those photos here. So yeah, and then we started out on the hike at around 6 a.m. It's about a 2.2 mile round trip hike to the Balanced Rock. It's pretty flat going. We obviously started out in the darkness It gets pretty steep towards the last quarter mile or so, kind of climbing up some rocks to get to the rock. But we got up there, we set up for sunrise, and it was just a really pretty morning. We absolutely love mornings like this. It did start to get a little bit windy, but regardless, it was beautiful. It was just really fun doing some photography. So I'm going to show you here some of my favorite photos from this morning. So here's our plan for today. We're in Big Bend one more night, and tonight we're actually going to be camping again at a different spot. We're going to be heading over more towards the east side of the park, and we're going to be at a primitive campsite on the Old Ore Road. So we're really looking forward to checking that out. Before we do that though, we're going to head down to the Rio Grande village. We're going to kind of see what that's all about. We're going to try to find a shower somewhere today, whether it's off the back of the van. We've heard that they have showers at the Rio Grande village that you can pay for. So regardless, we're going to find a shower because it's been a while since we have showered. It's actually supposed to be a lot cooler today, but also a lot windier. But we're looking forward to some of the cooler temps. We might try to sneak in a hike today, so we'll see. But again, we're just excited to keep exploring. This is a beautiful park. We've really been enjoying our time here, and we're just gonna make the most of the rest of the time we have here. Well, what a change in the weather today. It has become so windy. It definitely is cooler, but man, the wind is just so strong. We did end up heading down to the Rio Grande village. I wouldn't exactly say it's a village, it's more or less just a store, but we did find some showers there, which we were very happy about. We also went and explored the Boquilas Canyon. Just been driving around a little bit, but we decided with this weather and just this wind, we're just gonna hunker down. We drove down the Old Ore Road to our campsite for tonight. So we've just parked here. It's just a little bit before 5 o'clock. We're just gonna hang out and have some dinner here in a little bit. The weather forecast is, it's a little iffy as to whether or not I'm gonna get up in the middle of the night to try to photograph the Milky Way again. It does look like it's gonna be cloudy overnight. I still may set the alarm and just poke my head out and see what it looks like. But yeah, our time here in Big Bend is coming to an end. We'll be hitting the road in the morning to start driving back up to El Paso to pick up Tilly, and then onwards to our next adventure. Yeah, I think we'll just have a relaxing evening tonight. It is still super crazy windy. It's just after 8 o'clock. The sun is just about to go down. Man, we thought it was gonna lighten up, but it hasn't. The forecast for overnight is still pretty hit and miss in terms of the clouds. So I was debating getting up to try to shoot the Milky Way again, but I think at this point, I think I'm just gonna call it a night, sign off for the day, get a good night's sleep, and yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Well, this is why we love this van, that it can take us to places like this, that we can get down a road like this and just be somewhere like this morning. We were just talking this morning just about how unique Big Bend is. We can't think of another national park, and we've been to quite a few, that has this type of a concept where you can do backcountry vehicle camping, pay $10 and be in a spot like this where completely to yourselves, in the middle of the wilderness, just the quiet of the morning. We are loving this, and we just are loving this lifestyle that we're having right now. Well, the wind did end up dying down overnight. The skies are quite clear right now. We're just gonna have a bit of a relaxing morning this morning, and then we're gonna start our drive back up to El Paso. It's about a 5-hour drive, but we're gonna head up there. We're gonna get Tilly. We're gonna be based in El Paso for the next couple of days just to relax, get some laundry done, take care of a few admin things. But man, we really enjoyed this park. It was just such a unique place. We loved the hikes that we did. I had such a great time doing some photography, including getting up in the middle of the night. So it was great. And a lot of people ask me, what is your goal and your hope for your YouTube channel? And I have to say, it's not to try to monetize or to make money or to grow some huge, massive subscriber base. I guess first off, we're just capturing our memories. I love being able to just document what we're seeing and what we're doing. I love sharing it with you guys. But I really do hope that in maybe some way I am inspiring you to get out there and to explore and to create your own adventures. I love when I hear from you guys in the comments about what you like about my videos and how maybe I've inspired you. So keep those comments coming. But that's it for now. We'll see you on the road next time, and may God bless you.